Hi my beauties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Today I'm going to be recreating this very black smoky gothic eye look for you guys. I wore this look in a very recent video of mine. In case you missed that video, I'm going to link it right above here. A lot of you loved the look and asked for a makeup tutorial, so here it is, especially for you guys. And I've used the exact same makeup from base to eyes. Now I know that smoky eye can be a little bit intimidating, but not this one. I've used very little makeup brushes and very few eyeshadows from the eyeshadow palette, and I'm pretty sure that after this video you will be very confidently be able to do a smoky eye on yourself. The only key here is practice and blending. Now if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and you've also hit the notification bell. Do also follow me on my Instagram account, and now without further ado, let's dive right into this video. So guys, I've already done my base makeup because you've seen me do it multiple times. In case you haven't, I'm going to link a video right here. Also, I'm going to leave all the products that I used as my base makeup in the description box. I also went ahead and lightly bronzed my face, also filled up my brows. Now I'm going to go ahead and start with the eyes. The eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use has very less fallout. That's why I went ahead and did my base. Whatever little bit will be there, we'll take care of it with a face brush. Now the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use is this one from Tan Beauty. You don't necessarily need to have this. You can have any eyeshadow palette. All you need is a good transition color, a good matte brown, and a good matte black. That's very important. I will leave a couple of options for you in the description box, some even more affordable options. I personally love this eyeshadow palette simply because of the color selection here. I can create some really beautiful looks, and I've created a smoky blue eye. I've created some neutral looks also with this. The matte black right here is so gorgeous, you guys. This can actually be used as an eyeliner as well as just to stick on the lid. Like I said, you don't necessarily need this palette. You can use any palette of your choice. Now I'm going to go ahead and dip into this very sort of a neutral brown shade. I'm going to use this color as a transition color, and the brush I'm taking, although I'm going to leave all the details in the description box, is from Cuffs and Lashes. You can take any fluffy brush. In fact, you don't even need a lot of brushes for this look. This one is E005, a really nice and soft blending brush. So I'm just going to pick up that color Nectar right here on my brush and just tap off the excess. I already have my lids primed with some sort of a primer, so I don't need a lid primer happening here. And I'm going to blow this color out towards the crease and also take it a little bit towards my brow bone area. Now the way that I like to use my transition colors is that I like to stop right here and sort of start circling, and then I like to do back and forth like the wiper shield motions. That way you blend in your eyeshadows the best. Also, when you're putting your transition color, just make sure that you're looking down a little bit and then you're kind of blending so that you know that you're covering the optimum space on your lids and you're also blending the color really well. Now in this look, or in any eye look in specific, the idea is if you're a beginner, don't pack too much color. Take a little bit and then pack on the color, especially your transition shades. And the key to a good eye look, guys, is always to keep blending. If you're blending well, likelihood is that you will land up with a good eye look. Now I'm done with one eye. I'm doing the same thing on the other eye. So I'm starting from the outer corner, pressing the shade in and then bringing it onto my crease and then blowing it out a little bit outwards towards my brow bone area. Now once I'm satisfied as to how the transition color looks in my crease and it's blended out really well, I'm going to go ahead with a little bit of a more deeper brown shade. And for this look in specific, I'm using this one right here, which is Blow a Kiss. It's a deeper brown, but it's only a little bit more darker than this. So to create that sort of a transition of shades, and I'm going to go ahead and use this brush of mine from PAC, which I really like, especially to pack in colors in my my crease. This is a pointed sort of a brush. It has a dome shape in the front. It's fluffy, but it still has a shape of its own, like it is dense as well. Now this is pack 114. I'm going to pick up the color Blow a Kiss. So if you're using any other eyeshadow palette, you can just pick up any darker brown. So you need a transition color and a little bit of a darker brown color. Again, I'm going to start packing the color, look down a little bit into my crease. I'm going to start from the outer corner and then take it towards my crease. And I'm just going to blend this really well. Now once I've packed that color into my crease, I'm going to go back with my fluffy brush and just run it over, basically blending the transition color and the one in the crease really well together. Now I'm barely touching my skin because I don't want the transition I created to get spoiled. However, I do want a very well blended look. Once I've done this, I'm going to go ahead with the color Nectar, take this on the pack brush and start running it on my lower lash line. Now for this, I want to look down a little bit, and then I also want to make sure that I'm connecting this with the outer corner. After I'm done with this, I'm also going to run the shade Blow a Kiss on top of this color. Now once that's sorted, and I really hope that you're finding it easy because it literally took me 10 minutes to create just this much look. Now the only two colors that I need to add here is a darker brown to create that little bit of a smoky outer corner, and a black, of course. Now for the brown, I'm going to go in with this shade called Powwow. This is a pretty deep brown shade. Now, like you see, I don't use a lot of brushes. I use the same brushes to kind of build up the looks because honestly, if you're a beginner, you don't really need a lot of makeup brushes, especially for the eye. And you can create a good eye look with only a few brushes. Now, I picked up the color on the same pack brush. I'm going to start from the outer corner of my eye, pat this color, and then just kind of smoke it out. Now I'm not taking totally inwards towards the center of my eye, but I'm just keeping it outside because I want to have that sort of a soft smoky effect on my outer corner. Now, without tipping my brush any further, whatever is left, I'm just taking it towards the crease right here. I'm not bringing it inwards at all because I want to have that very smoky, blown out kind of an effect on my eye. So you want to make sure that you're gradually building the color. That way you will also ensure that you have equal amount of product on both the eyes and one eye doesn't look different than the other. Now once that's done, whatever's left on my brush, I'm going to take on the lower lash line. I'm basically concentrating in the outer corner, and for the other eye, of course, I have to dip a little bit to get that a little bit amount of pigmentation. But I'm just running the color very lightly, keeping it mostly on my outer corner, and then once the color is off your brush, then you can just blend everything together in the lower lash line. Now once I'm satisfied how the colors are sitting, I know that the transition has come out really well and all the colors are well blended, I'm going to go ahead with the black color and start packing it on my eyelid. However, if you want to do a brown smoky eye, I would just stop at that and then just add a beautiful glitter all over my lid. If I were to use the same eyeshadow palette, I will use this color right here, which is called Bonfire. It's a beautiful punchy golden sort of a shade. You can use any glitter, but today we are going in with a full-blown smoky eye, a black smoky eye. So the next step would be to use a kohl. Now I love putting some sort of a kohl in my upper waterline and also in my lower waterline whenever I'm doing a smoky eye. With this one we will do that for sure, but we are going to start packing the color first on the lid. The kohl that I'm using is from Stay Quirky, and this is the Badass Kajal. This is super pigmented. The other one that I really like for doing a smoky eye is of course my favorite Plum Kohl, which is also very pigmented and blends in like butter. Now you don't have to be very precise with this step. You just have to start packing the black shade, basically the black eyeliner. I will start putting this very, very roughly onto my lid. The reason why I don't have to be very precise with this is, of course, because I'm going to be blending it out. So I'm just going to start packing this all over my lid. Now, once I have this much kohl on my lids, because I don't want this to get dried out quickly, I am going to take a pencil brush. This is the PAC 208. And I'm going to just, I'm not pulling my eye, I'm just kind of supporting, my hand right here. And then I'm just going to stretch very, very slightly because I don't believe in pulling and tugging the eye. I'm just going to make sure that it's stable right here, and then I'm just going to start blending this out. So I'm going to keep packing that kohl on my lids till the time I'm satisfied, but I do want to make sure that I'm blending at the same time as well. We don't want the kohl to get dried out. Now if you see, I'm blending very lightly with a light hand, and I'm mostly blowing it out towards my crease. Now once that portion is blended, I'm going to go ahead and put some more kohl. I just want to do this in parts and not put a lot of kohl in one go, because we want to make sure that we have enough and we don't have too much on the lids. Now I'm just going to start blending that portion as well. So usually I do it in two parts. I do half of my lid and then start packing some more in the rest half of my lid. Now that's all I need from the kohl. Of course, this is not very well blended on the crease, but we don't need that. We'll be going in with a black eyeshadow on top, and in the end blending again with the brown. So that's all I need with the kohl. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. I'm going to start from my lash line, and then I'm just going to start spreading the kohl very roughly, like I said, on half of my lid. So we do half a lid first, and then we'll do the balance half of the lid. Now when I have the kohl in place on both the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and also fill in my upper waterline and also fill in the kohl in my lower waterline, and I'm using the same kohl. Now once I have the kohl spread properly, I'm going to take a flat brush like this. It's basically for packing color onto your lid. This is also from Cuffs and Lashes in the number E003. I'm going to go into the palette and pick up this very beautiful matte black. It's called kohl. You could even use this as an eyeliner. And then I'm going to start packing this color onto my lid. Now I will make sure that I am looking down a little bit and also covering the empty parts of the crease. So basically we want a very well blended look also, besides making it smoky. So the empty parts that I see towards my crease, I'm going to just pat the color in there as well. Now you will see that there's no fallout on my face really. That's why I landed up doing my base also. But if you do have any sort of fallout from your eyeshadow palette, just make sure that you put a lot of powder underneath your eyes, a loose powder, and then use any sort of a matte black or any sort of dark smoky shade. Now while I'm packing the color, I'm also going to make sure that I'm just making the entire shape of the black shade properly nice and rounded, and basically covering my entire lid. So the brush like this also helps in creating that sort of a shape and also pack the color on really well. Now I'm going to go back with the PAC brush and pick up the same shade which was Blow the Kiss, very, very lightly, just sort of dipping it with a very light hand. And I'm just going to start blending the outer corner of the black, because we want a good well blended smoky eye look, and not that the black is sitting separately on the eyelids. So this is really the final step on the lid for the smoky eye. Now, just with that one step of packing the black and blending the edges, do you see the difference between this eye and this eye? This looks so much better, well blended, well done, with all the transition colors packed really well. This one, of course, is undone, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this eye as well. Now that we have the lid shades in place, and you will see that they look nice, beautiful and smoked out. This is the kind of very punchy smoky eye that I like. We are going to go ahead and finish the lower lash line. For that, I'm going to go back in my kohl and then just start smudging the kohl a little bit towards the outside of the waterline. And then I'm going to take my pencil brush and simply smudge it out. Now, once the eye makeup look is complete, I'm going to go ahead with a face powder brush like this and wipe off any sort of fallout. There was a little bit of fallout from the black. Now, if you're a beginner, I highly recommend to do your base after you've done your smoky eye look, so that you can just take a wet towel or a wet wipe and just wipe off your face anything that you have fallen off the eyeshadows onto your face. Now that this eye makeup look is complete, I'm going to go ahead and add some falsies. Now, if you are someone who doesn't like falsies or have very lengthy eyelashes by themselves, you can add a mascara. I am going to be putting in a mascara in my lower lashes. The one that I'm going to use today is, of course, my favorite, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I'm also going to finish up the rest of my makeup, that is, add a little bit of blush, highlighter and a lipstick, and be right back. So guys, that's the finished look, and I love how the eyes have turned out. They're really nice and gothic and a beautiful evening wear look. You could even wear this look to a wedding, and I really hope that you did not find this look that difficult. In fact, if you practice, trust me, you will get a hang of it very soon. It's such a shame that with such a beautiful look that this has turned out, I really have nowhere to go, but I'm really glad that I was able to share this look with you guys. Now, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell. And until I see you next, guys, thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Bye bye.